Hello, language learners. Welcome back to English Unlocked, the podcast where we break down the journey to fluency into simple, achievable steps. I'm your host, Sarah. Okay, I want you to pause for a moment and think about your last English conversation. Maybe it was with a tutor, a friend, or even just practicing alone. As you were searching for the right words, what was happening inside your mind? Was there a quiet, frantic voice translating everything? First, you heard the question in English, then you instantly converted it to your native language to understand it. Then, to form your answer, you built a sentence in your native tongue, and then you started the complex process of translating it back into English, checking the grammar, worrying about the word order. Only then did the words finally come out. Sound familiar? If you're nodding, you are absolutely not alone. This internal translation is the single biggest speed bump on the road to fluent speaking. It creates hesitation, makes you sound less confident, and often leads to mistakes because languages don't translate word for word. But what if you could bypass that entire process? What if you could connect the English word apple directly to the image of the shiny red fruit, not to its equivalent in your language? This, my friends, is the superpower of thinking in English. It's not a magic trick for the gifted few, it's a trainable skill. And today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to give your brain a new workout with practical, daily exercises that will slowly but surely rewire your thinking. So, get ready to quiet that internal translator and start building a direct highway to fluent English thoughts. Let's begin. The translation trap. Your brain on slow mode. When you learn your first language as a child, you don't have another language to translate from. You see a dog, someone says dog, and that sound connects directly to the furry, barking animal. There is no middle step. This direct connection is lightning fast. For adult learners of a second language, the process is different. We already have a complete, powerful language system in our brains. Our instinct is to use it as a foundation. So when we learn the English word dog, we often link it to the word for dog in our native language. This creates an indirect path. English word, native language word, concept or image. In a conversation, this path looks like this. Here, did you have a good weekend? Translate to native language. Your brain instantly converts this sentence. Understand meaning. You now understand the question in your native language. Form answer in native language. You think, native language sentence, yes, I went to the park with my family. Translate back to English. You manually convert each piece. Yes is yes. I went is I went. To the park is to the park, etc. Check grammar. Is it I went or I go? With my family. Is that correct? Finally, you say, yes, I went to the park with my family. This process is exhausting and slow. It causes those long and ah pauses. Thinking in English aims to create a direct highway, English word, concept, or image. The goal is to understand, did you have a good weekend? As a complete idea, not as a collection of words to decode. To answer, you simply access the memory of the park and your family, and the English words for that memory come forward more naturally. This is not about banishing your native language. It's about building a separate, efficient English pathway in your mind, and you can start building it today, right where you are. Part 1. Laying the foundation. The power of your inner monologue. Your inner voice is constantly talking. It comments, plans, and observes. This is your training ground. We will start by switching the language of this inner monologue for very short, simple moments. Exercise 1. The naming game. Level Absolute Beginner. This is your first and most important exercise. You can do it anywhere, anytime. What to do? Look around you. In your mind, name every object you see in English. Don't write, just think. Start simple. Window, desk, lamp, pen, book, screen, chair, door. Go deeper. Once that's easy, add a simple adjective or color. Big window, brown desk, white lamp, blue pen, old book. The goal is not to know every word, but to make the first connection. If you don't know a word, like bookshelf, that's your cue to learn it. Look it up, and now that new word is linked directly to the object in your room, not to a translation. Daily practice. Do this for 2 minutes, 3 times a day. On the bus, name things you see out the window. In the kitchen, name all the food and appliances. Exercise 2. Commenting on your own life. Level A1, A2. Now we add simple actions. You are the narrator of your own silent movie. What to do? Describe your simple, present moment actions in English, in your mind. Examples. I am opening my laptop. I am typing on the keyboard. I am drinking water. I am looking at the clock. I am standing up. I am walking to the door. Use the present continuous. The tense I am doing is perfect for describing ongoing actions. It gets you used to this common grammar structure in a natural way. The goal is to associate English verbs directly with physical actions. You're not thinking of the verb in your language, you're linking typing directly to the feeling of your fingers on the keys. Part 2. Building your mental world. Description and simple narration. Now that you can name things and actions, let's build them into larger thoughts. This is where you start forming complete ideas directly in English. Exercise 3. The Daily Planner. Level A2. Planning is something we all do mentally. Let's do it in English. What to do? When you think about your day, either in the morning or the night before, run through the plans in simple English. Keep it simple. Use basic future forms like I will or I am going to. First, I am going to eat breakfast. Then I will take a shower. After that, I will go to work. At work, I have a meeting at 10 a.m. I will eat lunch at 1 p.m. In the evening, I am going to watch a movie. Don't stress perfection. If you can't think of the word for meeting, just think, I have a thing at work at 10. The concept is there. You can look up the word later. The goal is to practice stringing together a sequence of events in English, building narrative fluency. Exercise 4. The Mental Photographer. Level A2, B1. This exercise builds your descriptive vocabulary and helps you form complete sentences. Step 1. Choose a person you know very well, a family member, a close friend, or a room you are in. Step 2. In your mind, describe them or it in detail. Start with basic facts and add details. Person. My sister's name is Anna. She is tall. She has long, curly brown hair. Her eyes are green. She usually wears glasses. She is very funny and kind. Room. My bedroom is medium-sized. The walls are light blue. There is a big bed against the wall. Next to the bed is a small wooden table. On the table, there is a lamp and my phone. There are 2 windows. The room is quiet and cozy. The goal is to move from single words to connected descriptions. You are painting a picture with English words, forcing your brain to access adjectives, prepositions like against, next to, on, and your vocabulary directly. Part 3. The core shift from words to concepts and images. This is the heart of thinking in English. We must move away from the word-for-word dictionary in our heads and towards a concept-based system. The problem with word-for-word translation. Idioms are the clearest example. It's raining cats and dogs has nothing to do with cats and dogs falling from the sky. Translating it word for word is nonsense. You must understand it as a concept. It's raining very heavily. How to build concept links. Use pictures and real objects. When you learn a new word like blender, don't just write the translation. Look at a picture of a blender, or better, point to your blender and say blender. Your brain links the sound, blender, to the image or object. Use definitions in simple English. For new words, try using a learner's dictionary like the Cambridge Learner's Dictionary or Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English that gives definitions in simple English. For example, for huge, it might say extremely large. Now you're linking huge to the concept of extremely large, not to a word in your language. Mind mapping with concepts. Instead of vocabulary lists with translations, create mind maps. Put a central concept like food in the middle. Draw branches for fruits, vegetables, dairy. Write the English words on the branches and draw small pictures if you can. This builds a network of related English words connected to a core idea. Exercise 5. The Image Flash Game. What to do? Use flashcard apps like Anki or Quizlet, but only use cards that have a picture on one side and the English word or phrase on the other. No native language. Process. See the picture. Try to recall the English word. If it's a verb like running, see the picture of a person running and say, he is running, or to run. The goal is to bypass your native language entirely. Part 4. Integrating thinking into your daily digital life. Our environment shapes our brain. We can make our digital world a 24/7 thinking in English gym. Switch your device language. This is a powerful immersion trick. Change the language setting on your phone, computer, and tablet to English. Why it works. It forces you to engage with English for basic tasks. You'll learn practical vocabulary like settings, password, update, download, battery. You're not studying these words, you're using them to interact with your device, creating a strong, functional memory. The 2-sentence journal. Writing forces careful thought, but a long diary is daunting. The method: every night write just 2 sentences in English about your day. They can be as simple as, today was busy, I finished my project at work, or I felt tired this evening, I cooked pasta for dinner. The goal is to form complete thoughts in written English. Over time, try to make your sentences more detailed. This directly feeds your speaking ability. Self-talk sessions. This might feel silly, but it's incredibly effective. When you are alone, cooking, cleaning, driving, showering, talk to yourself in English. What to say? Verbalize what you are doing. Okay, now I need to cut the onions. First, I'll heat the oil in the pan. Oh, the phone is ringing. I should answer it. Have a fake conversation. Imagine someone asked you about your hobby. Answer out loud. My hobby is photography. I like it because it helps me see beautiful things. I use a small digital camera. The goal is to get comfortable producing spoken English spontaneously without the pressure of another person listening. It builds fluency and identifies gaps in your vocabulary. Part 5. Leveling up. Engaging your imagination and emotions. To make thinking in English truly automatic, we need to engage the deeper, more creative parts of your brain. Exercise 6. The What If game. Level B1. Use your imagination to create simple scenarios. Prompt yourself, what if I won a lot of money? Or what if I could travel anywhere tomorrow? Think through the scenario in English. If I won a lot of money, first I would buy a new house for my parents. Then I would travel around the world. I want to visit Japan, Italy, and Brazil. Maybe I would also start my own business. The goal is this uses conditional grammar, like I would, explores desire and possibility, and accesses a wider range of vocabulary, all in a fun, low-pressure way inside your mind. Exercise 7. React and feel in English. When something happens, try to label your reaction in English. The news is surprising? Think, wow, that's surprising, or I can't believe it. You see a cute dog? Think, aw, how cute. You can't find your keys? Think, oh no, where are my keys? This is frustrating. The goal is to connect English directly to emotions and immediate reactions. This makes your speech more authentic and natural in real conversations. Overcoming challenges and maintaining patience. Challenge 1. My brain keeps switching back. This is normal. Your native language is your mental default. Don't fight it. When you notice you've switched back, gently say to yourself in English, okay, let's think in English again. And continue. It's like strengthening a muscle. Every time you switch back, you're doing a rep. Challenge 2. I don't know enough words to think complex thoughts. You don't need to. Start with the simple thoughts we outlined. Thinking in English at a basic level is far more valuable for fluency than thinking complex thoughts in your native language and struggling to translate them. Your internal English will grow with your vocabulary. Challenge 3. It feels slow and childish. Of course it does at first. A child learning to walk looks wobbly and slow, but they don't give up because it's not as fast as crawling. Celebrate the small victories. Today, I thought about my grocery list entirely in English. That is a huge win. The long-term benefits beyond fluency. When you start thinking in English, the benefits ripple out. Faster speaking. Reduced hesitation leads to smoother conversations. Better listening. You start understanding English as streams of ideas, not as individual words to decode. Improved grammar. You begin to feel what sounds right because you're practicing grammar internally all the time. Increased confidence. The mental struggle disappears, making you more present and relaxed in conversations. Deeper learning. You start to understand nuances, humor, and idioms because you're engaging with the language on a conceptual level. Conclusion. Your English mind is a garden. Think of your brain as a garden. Your native language is a strong, old, well-trodden path. Thinking in English is the process of starting a new path. At first, it's just a faint trail in the grass. It's easy to slip back onto the old, easy path. But every time you consciously take the new path, every time you name an object, describe your action, or plan your day in English, you walk on it again. You make it a little wider, a little clearer. One day, it will be just as solid and automatic as the old path. And on that day, you will be fluent. You have the tools. Start small. Start today. Look at the object closest to you right now and think its English name. You've just taken the first step on your new path. And there you have it, a complete starter kit for building your English thinking brain. Remember, This isn't about adding more study hours, it's about changing what you do inside the hours you already have. Turn your daily commute, your chores, and your quiet moments into your personal English thinking gym. I believe completely that you can do this. A huge thank you for spending this time with me and investing in your English journey. If this episode helped you, please let me know. It truly makes my day. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment below telling me which exercise you'll try first, and subscribe to English Unlocked so you never miss a tip. Share this with a friend who's also on this language learning path. Until next time, keep practicing, be kind to yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.